What's up, guys? We're just gonna keep going. So we figured we'd give you another video. We're gonna talk about Don. So when I brought Donny onto the team, what was a beautiful thing about him is that I love pump flow. I've had my times at high stims, but now I'm all about the pump pre-workouts. If I take too much stim, I kind of freak out. But Donny is the high stim guy. He's kind of like the lab rat for the team. Tries everything before we bring it in. So he's got like a lot of options. But this video is going to be our personal favorite high stim and our personal favorite pump product. We discluded Reaper Nutrition. Clearly, those are our favorites because we created them together, Marissa, Paul, and ourselves. So I'm not trying to have a biased video where it's just like every other. That's the only thing I hate about other companies. Like, this is the best thing on the market. And use my code. I'm like, bro, of course you gotta say that. Like, it tastes the best, but so we're gonna not include Reaper Nutrition because we created those. So anything from the store though, as far as the 20 brands that we have, what are we gonna pick? So why don't you start with pump?
So I got the most for pump. I go in between a lot, but as my
There's
top,
so many things over here you guys can't see. I have 2. He's got 8.
Yeah, as my like top 3. That's what I'm gonna give for you guys. So let me start first. Sorry, let me start with the smaller list one.
And that one's actually both flavors are sold out. So this is like the top SKU right now.
So Ray actually introduced us. Ray introduced us to the pump sauce a while back, and when I thought again, we were able to get it. I was like, I want it bad. And people were like, well, does it actually work? And I posted on my story, and we did a review of like the taste. But it's literally you take a capful, like it's just this, and you fill it up. You can do 1 or 2. You can be a savage, do 2. I do 2, and it's just a shot. And we've had one like it before, where you mix in your pre.
It just overpowers the pre. Yeah.
But I take that with my pre, and I'll take that first 15 minutes before, just like I take my pre, and it's the pump off of it to me is out of this world. Like if I could be like, if I'm sounding dumb, it's out of this world. I love that one. That's probably number 1 right now, 1A.
And
but
hold on, the flavors that we normally do have, guys.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Because at the end of the day, we do have a store. Strawberry lemonade and blue shark gummy. We have a restock coming, but when we brought these in, I think people just really like the convenience of there's no mixing, there's no powders.
It's super smooth.
It's super glycerol heavy, so your pumps are going to be insane. And you just shoot a capful and you're done. So I think the simplicity is what's making it a top seller for us.
Yeah, and I just
The flavors are great too. If I could combine, what's it called? Relate it to, we used to carry Evogen pretty heavy. They had one called AQ, but the AQ tasted.
you had to shoot it like
you had to get it down and then have a chaser. Like I'd almost rather have tequila. But the strawberry lemonade and the blue shark gummy,
you can just take it.
Are good. You just shoot it.
You don't need to. And then my other one, for sure, one of mine is the EPO Plus After Dark. And for like the flavors, we have 2, Sour Duddy and Orange Creamsicle. And I like the orange one. I had a scoop from a buddy, but the Sour Duddy, I don't think it's sour. But again, the scoop size it's a 20-gram scoop size, so it's a bigger size. But you can only need to do 1. And again, the pump off of it for me is just it's up there with the pump sauce, and it's a scoop. And you can mix it with your pre. I've mixed it with my pre. It's not overpowering. You can do it separately. I've done it where I've drunk it during my workout. You can kind of do it either way you want, but I always just take it before and let it digest, like we've talked about in the last video. Warm up and let it get into your system. So that's definitely one of my favorites. We carry that. That actually sold out pretty fast when we first brought it in.
Yeah,
it was
the first batch went real quick.
It was one of our quicker ones. And then the one I've been on right now, so
about to do back after this, guys. So
with this,
we're getting hyped.
And the pump sauce, I just can't get off it right now. It's the one we just brought in about maybe 2 weeks ago. KXR stacked. Only 1 flavor.
Billy recommended that one again.
So
that's VMI.
Okay, then exactly. Cherry Rush, definitely heavy on the cherry. To me, I love that flavor. But if I'm talking about pump, and we talked about last video, salt.
They played it hard with the salt. It was good.
It's the best thing for...
Salt's not the enemy, guys. It's like carbs aren't the enemy. Salt's not the enemy. But here we go. Before we say this, we're not doctors. So if you have medical conditions, we're not saying salt is perfect for you.
Yeah. Don't.
This disclaimer: go see your medical provider.
Yeah, like, I just like test and see my limits. Like, I'm not saying you do that.
But being in Arizona, we all need salt. It's so hot.
But to know that with the difference, don't go in thinking that this is just a straight pump. This is a pump heavy focused pre, but it is a pre-workout. So there is, I think it's about 400 mg of caffeine in it.
Yeah,
so you could
still,
you could take a half scoop and still get that pump. But I take the full scoop. I don't feel a crash, but I definitely think if you're don't get confused between a pump and a pre. That is a heavy pre, but heavy focused on the pump. And I think that's no. Are we still want me to do my?
No, that's the high stone.
Oh yeah, then we're gonna take a break off that.
He's all hyped up.
Let the big boss get this one.
So you gotta guys remember too. I'll bust out my favorite pump in the story now too. Pump normally means no stimulant. So even though Donny showed the stacked and that does have caffeine, pump sauce and EPO doesn't. So if you guys get a pump and you want that lot of nitric oxide, you want all that blood and nutrient to the muscles, and that's what you're trying to do. Remember that you're not going to feel it like a caffeine, because we've sold a lot to customers who are like, I don't feel it. I'm like, yeah, you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
You can feel a better pump, but you're not going to feel like the energy, the rush. Yeah, none of that stuff. You might feel the beta alanine,
but you're not going to.
You're not going to be cracked out. Yeah. So my favorite, if I had to pick by far, is going to be Full as Fuck from Rich Piana. I've been following that guy since he got popular with Mutant. Really glycerol heavy, meaning a good pump. We always have to tell people no clump, no pump, because they open it, they think it's expired. You want clumps. If someone's claiming glycerol, you want clumps. Otherwise, you got fake pre-workout. Yeah. But they also use like an S7 blend for the energy as well. So I've just always stuck with that one. His flavors, though, no offense to these guys, is what kills everybody. I think 5% has one of the best flavor systems across the board. We have blueberry lemonade. This is actually the last Southern Sweet Tea, and then Beach Blast. And I didn't think I was gonna be like the South shall rise again. That's immediately what I thought on the Southern Sweet Tea, and it's good. It's light, but it's different. It's a different. It doesn't taste like a pre-workout because it's such a different flavor. But give that one a shot. Give the ones Donny said, but those are like not one of them. Those are our top selling SKUs. We have new ones that we brought in, like the cotton candy orange cream. We got a couple over here. We're just saying what our favorites are if we had to pick. And
I mean, also keep in note, we change up a little bit. Like,
if you guys saw what me and him use in the community pile on my office desk. It's everything. It
changes, but like this is what we've been on right now.
So as far as pump, before we get into high stim, if you guys are ever deciding what you want, first just know your caffeine tolerance and then gauge what you're looking to do. Do you just need energy? Are you burnt out at the end of the day? Are you worn out? Then maybe get a high stim. But if you're feeling okay, are you looking for a good pump? Are you trying to build more muscle? Is the pre more of a purpose driver than like a Band-Aid for being tired? Then go with pump is what we would say. It's usually healthier, gives your adrenals a break, but that's the point, right, is to get as much blood and stuff to the muscle as possible. So
and then you go back.
On to the bad boys, on to the high stim.
Again, I have quite a few favorite high stims.
You mean the whole store.
Yeah, I literally have almost everything in the store for myself. But as of right now, I'm going to kind of tell you like the two, I think some of the best flavors we have, and tasting for me, I've given 10 out of 10s for on reviews is for sure. Again, we're going with the KXR, but this is not the stacked. This one it's not pump focus heavy at all. Just straight to the metal. Like it's a rush.
It's race fuel.
Like I took it with him one time, and I told him I was just ready. And I've never felt necessarily beta that quick, and it's 586 mg of caffeine, and the flavor is strawberry, pineapple, coconut, and I mean 10 out of 10 for me at least. I'm a big on pineapple, and coconut, and then
you were like, I don't want to offend you even with Reaper.
Oh yeah.
But this Miami Vice is. I was like, dude, you're not offending me. Just tell the customers so they know. Because ever since Donny said that, we can't really keep it in stock.
Oh yeah.
We only have like 2 left.
Yeah, that's. Yeah. I mean, again, we're not mentioning Reaper, so without that, that's one of my favorite for flavors. And then hopping on, this man got me onto it for Rich Piana, but the 5150 is The high stem was 500. Yeah, it's 513 mgs of caffeine. But like you said, the flavor system for me, it's wild berry. That's the flavor, and it is again. It's the other 10 out of 10 in the store, but another one that just you take it, you got to get ready to go. There is no like oh let me count like this. Like you're going.
He actually tried it at one of our booths at Fitness Junkies.
Oh,
so those guys are awesome too. We sold out of our high stems we brought to the booth in like an hour.
Oh yeah.
But we had a 5150 left, and so Donnie's like, I'm just gonna buy this one. I might go help out in the deadlift competition. He took a scoop. I've been used hooks since then. It was a good time because I don't think you tried 5% before that.
Nope. Because we brought it in, and I was like, well,
yeah. The 5% was like the newest brand at that time.
Yeah, and to be fair, he was like educating me on who Rich was, like the story behind it, and then the pre's, and he was like, all right, it's like I grabbed it, I scooped it, and yeah, I haven't stopped taking it. Like I'll go back and forth with Stacked, KXR, our own. But like I said, if it's something that you need to get going, that's the one. That's one of them.
Yeah.
To take, you're just going.
Yeah.
100%.
And then normally, so I love the limited edition stuff we bring in. I think that's what makes our store different. We always have the limited edition stuff. I mean, from Condemn, from Fresh, from Black Market, everybody, Core Nutritionals. That's what we like. We were like you guys. We were customers first. But right now, I would say my favorite high stem, and guys, I know when you watch my Instagram, you're like, you don't take high stem. I take like a third of a scoop. So it's still, I'm taking a high stem, but not the full dose. Black Market Defy. Look at that.
Yeah.
Fucking flavor. Walter White Gummy Bear. More of a pineapple. Donnie's actually going to try it today because he loves pineapple. But, I mean, they megadose this thing. So they have dendrobium, the synephrine equivalent. They also have bitter orange, a lot of stimulant, and I like that sometimes. Sometimes I'm super tired too, but like I said, I was always learning from guys that are bigger than me, smarter than me, and they always told me the more stimulant you take, the more constricted your blood vessels are going to be. So even if they, our favorite ones, even if they throw ton of citrulline, ton of vasodrive, ton of augmentine, at the end of the day, you're still constricting your blood vessels. So you're sending two different signals to the brain. You want your blood vessels to dilate because you're throwing in pump ingredients, and then you're constricting them yourself by throwing in all that stimulant. Yeah. So the best case normally, guys, is like half scoop stuff. If you can, if you're going for like a bodybuilder purpose, but if you're just powerlifting, or if you're just you're like, dude, I'm tired. I got 3 kids at home who won't leave me alone. I work 15 hours. You just need to get in there. You know what I mean?
That's why we have those as well.
Yeah. Who really knows the science of? Like I said, we're not doctors. We don't know the magic number where you're constricting and you're dilating. Like no one knows that shit. Everyone's different. But yeah, those are some of our favorites, guys. Like I said, check out the brands on the store. It's all online. It's all broken down by subsection, from high stem to pump to protein to recovery to BCAAs. But yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
See you guys.